Hey everyone, and welcome to PGN Live. It is Wednesday, January 14th, 2026, and I hope you're all doing well. I noticed that there's one thing I need to add to the screen, and boom, there we go. How are y'all doing today? It is Wednesday, the middle of the standard work week already. We've got a couple of fun things to talk about today. Something cool to look forward to tomorrow. And let me do a little navigating here to get that pop-out chat open. Update some of the numbers. In the meantime, make yourselves comfortable. Keep on chatting amongst each other. And let's go. Who is already here? Mattiaf, or Mattiaf, T4K says hi. Hi, Matty. Johan Nintendo Leaker says, I'm so excited for midnight for World of Warcraft in March. Cool. Pokemon Fan 34 says, I can only be here till 3 p.m. my time. Is that in 2 minutes? Or an hour and 2 minutes? I guess it depends. Today will be a little bit of a shorter stream too. We should still have some fun, but it will be on the shorter side. Tomorrow will be a longer one, more typical, kind of, as we have our Famitsu sales to go over. You have a doctor's appointment over the phone. Hopefully it's an amazing stream. Thank you. In 2 minutes you'll roll. Hey, that's okay. You can have the stream on silent in the background on your computer while you talk on the phone with your doctor. You know, that way you're here, but you're doing the more important thing, which is talking and listening to your doctor while the chat just rolls on and stuff like that, if you wish. You're welcome to be here however you can. How are you all doing today? Who is looking forward to the Animal Crossing update tomorrow? I'm going to make that today's poll. Do you plan on checking out tomorrow's Animal Crossing update? We're going to say yes, the free stuff. Yes, I'll be upgrading to the NS2 version. How about yes, and it'll be my first time? No. There we go. That's good, that's good. Yeah, there we go. Do you plan on checking out tomorrow's Animal Crossing update? Yes, the free stuff. Yes, I'll be upgrading on NS2. Yes, and it'll be my first time. Or no. I imagine a lot of people here already own Animal Crossing on Nintendo Switch. And even if you haven't touched it in 5 years, I mean, it's getting Zelda content, Splatoon content, Lego content. Why not, right? Now, some people here have a Nintendo Switch too. You might want to see, let me play this game in that higher fidelity and such. Better loading, you name it. But you got to pay a little more. Okay. That might be a little bit smaller of a percentage. Yes, and it'll be my first time. You could be brand new to NS2 or to the Nintendo Switch family, or quite honestly, plain simple, you just didn't play AC back in the day when it came out nearly 6 years ago. And this will be your first. Or just no, for whatever reason. Maybe it's no, you don't like Animal Crossing, or no, you're done with the game, or no, I'm just not interested in paying more for this, or no, the Zelda Splatoon Lego content doesn't interest me. We'll see. It should be an interesting poll. Joyce J69 says, yay, sports ball. Yeah. You know, it's a smart time for them to do this because the NFL is approaching playoffs and you've got, you know, 8 teams, 4 on the NFC side, 4 on the AFC side, in which you'll have some matchups like, let's see, I think it's the Rams versus the Bears. That winner will face off against the 49ers and the Seahawks, whoever wins. And then those two will go on to play. And that winner will represent the NFC, which is half of the NFL, in the Super Bowl. And on the other side, I don't recall off the top of my head, these two and these two will face off. Boop, boop. These two will face off. Bloop. And that winner will face the winner of the other conference that I just talked about. So, good time to have some free exposure to NFL, Madden 26, on Nintendo Switch 2. I mean, I guess if you have absolutely zero interest in football, then you could care less about this. But if you've got even a little bit of an interest, just to see, like, how do the graphics look like these days? What kind of production value do they put? How about the music? How about the polygon models? It might be worth checking out from that regard, you know? I'll be checking it out, you know. Yeah, I'll download the demo. And then they say as an added bonus, you could purchase the digital version for 60% off afterwards. Interesting. Pretty cool, pretty cool. In some places, the Animal Crossing New Horizons update is already up. Yeah, because like Australia, for instance, is 17 hours ahead of the West Coast, so it's already hit midnight over there, so they're already experiencing the game. I think only the free stuff, Joyce C, is up now. Well, you know, in some countries, I mean, like Japan, for instance, 16 hours ahead of West Coast. They're already at 4 a.m. in the morning tomorrow, so it's already live for them. Speaking of live, we got 15 people watching live right now. Big thank you, everybody. Yvonne Francois is here. Hi there. Pokemon Fan 34, you're leaving. Bye. I Byzantium is here saying happy PGN Live. That's right. Thank you. I'm excited for Animal Crossing and crazy. It's out early? Early in some regions. I mean, I haven't checked, so I can't tell you for sure that here on the West Coast, Pacific Standard Time, it's up and available. I don't know. Could be. Corny Puddle. Hi, Paul. Hi, Corny Puddle. Good to see you here. Steak 1024. Welcome. Hey, Paul and chat. Hey, indeed. Yeah, thank you all for being here. Let's see how this poll is turning out. Okay. A majority is going to check out tomorrow. Check out tomorrow's Animal Crossing. Quite a significant amount. It looks like 69% will, in some capacity, be checking it out. 31 not. Of the 69 that will, more are just checking out the free stuff, but the NS2 upgrade is not too far behind. Good to see. Animal Crossing New Horizons will be a nice break from Octopath. Yeah. I am getting closer to finishing Ghost of Yote. I've been playing it in kind of an interesting way. Like, instead of completely filling out one section, I have pushed the boundaries a bit and was like, can I get to this far away spot that I probably shouldn't be in? Now, certain things are story mandated that you get to a certain point in the story before you go through this wall into this zone. But some things you could just like push your way and get through and fight harder enemies or evade them. So I've been going into different zones, finding some more weapons, building myself up, more health, etc. Going back, finding more shrines, tagging things along the way, uncovering spots of land, having more places that I could fast travel, teleport to, with my horse. And it's been pretty cool. But it's kept things kind of fresh that I then kind of go back on track to story portions. And then I eventually go to an area that now I'm a little bit familiar with, but explore it more thoroughly and have more fun. And I'm like, oh my gosh, now I'm getting a pistol? I bet you could have gotten a pistol so many hours earlier, but now I'm getting one, over 50 hours in. So playing it a little bit differently has been cool. I don't really go into these games with I'm going to platinum this. I've only platinumed maybe 3 games in the entirety of my PlayStation history when they started recording this stuff. Plenty of golds, bronzes, and silvers, but I don't go in with I got to platinum this one. There are a couple of games where, you know what? I'm probably going to 100% this. I'm probably going to 100% upgrade every part of my Spider-Man suit, my senses, my powers of Miles, of Peter, blah, 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 blah. But not necessarily platinum the game and do every other little thing to get that, I have a feeling with Ghost of Yote, it'll be probably comparable where I might have fully upgraded Atsu by the end of the journey, but might not necessarily be at oh yeah, I platinumed it, because it depends on, how many times did you have to ignite the fire? How many birds did you shoot out of the sky? I'm I probably won't dive into that, But what I will dive into is this super chat. Woo! Big $5 from Free Metroid Hat 2201. Big thank you, Free Metroid Hat, for that 5. Did you see the X-Men Avengers Doomsday teaser? It's awesome. So happy we are getting comic accurate Cyclops. Oh, yes. Yes, I did. Huge thank you. Again, let me get your name on the board here. Oh, this is yesterday's. That was still kept up. Free Metroid Hat 2201 with the awesome 5. Thank you so much. And yeah, that's my favorite of the teasers so far, which evidently it's more of I'm just so hyped. That Cyclops shot of James Marsden. Oh, it's so cool. His suit looks dope. It's got the iconic blue, the yellow, boom, going across. The belt with the nice chunks of, he could have different things in there, which maybe we'll find out, what's in there? Communicator, visors, boots. I am totally fine, by the way, with him not having the shorts or trunks on the outside. I didn't mind Superman wearing the red trunks in this past summer's Superman film. I wouldn't have minded if Hugh Jackman as Logan in Deadpool Wolverine wore the underwear brief trunks looking blue on the outside of his outfit in that film. But I think this is a really fine modern evolution of keeping the classic colors, not quite spandex, but a more real material for this world. Having the belt be a thick color discrepancy to signify the difference between the upper and the bottom halves, slightly different texture usage, etc., and roll with it. And it looks awesome. That was always my thing. Spider-Man and the X-Men movies came out close, right? Spider-Man, specifically X-Men 1, specifically, they dramatically changed up the X-Men's outfits, right? It looked fine. It looked good. Black leather and stuff like that. Matrix was popular at the time too. Successful black leather. There was even that little quip, that little joke in the movie. What were you expecting? Yellow leotards or yellow and blue leotards or something like that. Yes, that's what I was expecting. Dang it. Spider-Man came out. They had him in blue and red. They didn't make him wear, blue jeans and a red shirt. They didn't make him change up and be only black with a white spider on his chest. No, they gave him his Spider-Man suit. If they did that successfully, they could have adapted back 25 years ago something comparable with X-Men. It wasn't unheard of to have a big bright red and blue character in live action. You just did it with Spidey. X-Men, you could do it with these suits, or an X-Men 2 or 3. They eventually got closer and closer. I mean, Future Class had some more yellow. By the end of that X-Men saga, we had that one quick shot of the X-Men in the Danger Room or in Cerebro's lab, with Professor Xavier, and we saw Cyclops in a more or less comic accurate suit. But it's taken a long time to get to this point where we're getting authentic. And the only thing not there is the yellow trunks, and I'm totally okay with it. Looks awesome. I can't wait to see. Dude, is Famke Janssen going to be Jean Grey? Are we going to see Rogue in these proper suits? We already got Channing Tatum as Gambit in Deadpool Wolverine. We're going to see more of him? Yeah, but in that outfit again? Imagine an iconic shot of Wolverine with Spider-Man and Cyclops and Storm and oh man, I can't wait. Man, free Metroid hat. Thanks to you, this stream has gone into superhero movies, but you know what? That's okay. That's a wonderful thing to talk about too. I don't mind at all talking about whatever just comes to our minds. So thank you. AJ Rax says hi. Hi, AJ Rax 0440. Steak. Okay, y'all talking amongst each other. Yeah. We've got 16 watching now, and I think there are 16 likes too. It looks like there's 1-1 ratio. Oh no. 16 watching, 11 likes. Hey, that's still more than half. That's pretty cool. I think it was 8 last time I checked. A few moments ago. Yeah. Today's stream, by the way, like any, could be, as they are often, open-ended. Anything you want to talk about. Something to look up. But those were kind of the topics, in which we kind of went by quickly. The first one, honestly. It did not take long to go over the Madden thing. And I realized, it might not be the most exciting of a subject title to just talk about a free trial for Madden, a game that's already 4 months old. But the significance is we're in NFL playoff season. And it's not necessarily a worldwide global care for many countries. But in the U.S., NFL is a pretty good conversation point. In the gaming community, I think you've got quite a few gamers that care about Madden and Call of Duty and NBA, FIFA games, etc. But I think the Nintendo at large community, which is a big portion of this PGN audience, doesn't care that much about some of that stuff. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a greater crossover of anime, Dragon Ball, WWE, and Nintendo than Nintendo and, the next FIFA game or the next hockey title if Wayne Gretzky comes back for a new game under that moniker, But, it's still news. It's still news. And it's still cool. It's still fun. I'm going to download it. I'll check it out. I haven't played this version. Paul, this year is also the anniversary for Dragon Quest. That's right, AJ Rax. We got some big anniversaries. We do. Steak says, and next Madden will be out in 7 months. Yeah, that's why they're giving it like, here's a free, I think, week trial. And by the way, when you're done, here's 60% off. I will say this. If so, I don't buy a yearly Madden, a yearly NBA, a yearly any sports game. In fact, rarely ever do I buy a traditional sports game. I would rather play Wave Race or 1080 snowboarding, SSX Tricky, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater than, you know, a Madden title or an NCAA title. Not that I don't own some realistic sports games, but just that's not my preference. However, you make a game cheap enough, I'll spend $5 or $10 on one whole Madden, one whole NBA 2K game, even if it's old and irrelevant, because as a more casual gamer of that type of game, I don't need the newest roster, the newest season, all the bells and whistles, like in the 2026, 2027 version, you know? As long as it's not super old and crusty in comparison. If it's a good game, and if it's like 10 months old at that point, if it's $5-10, like I'd buy it just to own and have a little bit of variety, you know? But yeah. Joyce is saying, okay, can we talk about Zelda now? You pick what you want to say about it. Yeah, let's talk about Zelda. What's a good launching point? Well, what I want to know, I might have to make the next stream, if folks are interested in it, a Zelda wish list of send me in, maybe I'll make a community post or something like that. Or maybe I'll make a designated video asking the community, what would you like to see in this February Nintendo Direct? Go wild, specifically when it comes to Zelda, celebrating the 40th anniversary. And I'll use that information of what people shared. So I'll show in the comments, and we'll make a live stream about it and have fun. And we can highlight, like, so AJ Rax said, I would like da 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 da. Joyce J said, boom boom boom. And Steak 1024 said, boom boom boom. And Free Metroid Hat said, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, that would be good. That would be cool. Steak, speaking of Steak, says, SSX Tricky, if only EA wasn't squatting on that IP. Yeah, it would be so much fun. Reasons why Darklink should return, that's good. Ash Gaming 17, speaking of good things, with that one gifted membership, big thank you. Big thank you to Ash with the $1 holler. 2D HD remake of the OG Legend of Zelda. Yeah. When people say, oh, Breath of the Wild's basically a remake of The Legend of Zelda. No, it's not. They're different games. I get what they're saying in terms of it's an overall open world that you go to the left, to the right, to the front, to the back, and you explore, but it's not the same game. It's not a remake. You know what I'm saying? So I think there still is room to have an update on the OG Zelda, kind of like Metroid Zero Mission had, you know, something like that. If they want to take it up a notch and go, hey, Square Enix, you want to handle this port? You want to use the engine and the formula, the looks, to make it comparable to what y'all did with, you know, Octopath Traveler, Live Alive, that kind of thing? Okay. The Adventure of Elliot, the new title, do that with the OG Zelda? That'd be cool. Or Way Forward? I can't get out of my mind a Way Forward built remake of Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link. I just keep thinking of it. I keep thinking it. By the way, Ash, who was the recipient of your membership, I don't think I wrote it. I read it earlier. Sign Idol. Sign Idol. So welcome, Sign Idol. Joycey's saying, wild, you say? Oh, I can make a wild prediction that will totally not come true. Let's hear it! Big time Timmy Jim 2104. Breath of the Wild is not a remake. It's a modern return to the basics. Yes, that is far more accurate than saying it's a remake. Remaster Zelda 2 Link's Adventure. Yeah. AJ Rax, I agree. That's exactly what I was just saying. Now that would be wild. Yeah. Lots of possibilities. I'll tell you one. Oh, I'll tell you one. I thought for sure that after Namco had such success with Soul Calibur 2 on Nintendo GameCube, specifically thanks to Link being in that title, that it was only a matter of time that we'd eventually get a 3D arena-based Zelda fighting game. Modeled after the Soul Calibur engine, you'd have a couple of different Links. Link in like Ocarina of Time, Twilight Princess form, young Link, and a Majora's Mask. Fierce Deity Link. Three distinct looks. You'd have Sheik and Zelda, Ganondorf, a Goron of some sort, maybe Princess Ruda, Lizaflos, a Moblin, possibly a Bokoblin, a Stalfos Knight, a Dark Nut. Maybe a smaller character that would move like Yoda did when he was a guest character. I think in Soul Calibur 3, which a good fit would be Makar, from Wind Waker. And you could do some kind of semi-unexpected character like, I don't know, Saria, or, one of them. I had a roster a little bit better, but I just spouted out probably a dozen plus, like 15 or so characters. You have a little roster like 15, 16 characters, make them kind of unique, and you have that be a Zelda 3D arena-based fighting game, and it would be so cool. Now, I thought we were eventually going to get it. Not only did we not get it, but Soul Calibur 3, Surefire Win should have come on Nintendo GameCube. It didn't. Nor did 4, or for that matter, any of like the main numbered ones. We got a couple of Soul Calibur spin-offs along the way, but yeah, that was kind of weird. We eventually got Pokken Tournament, which is cool. I remember when I was talking with Mr. Harada at E3, like 2017, 18, 19, one of those E3s, I asked him, what about a Pokken Tournament 2? And he would like to have made it, but now he's retired from Bandai Namco, so that's not going to happen under him. But could we eventually get a Pokken Tournament 2? Maybe. But that's a wild prediction, or a wild hope, that I would be like, dude, still give me my Zelda fighting game. I think it'd be awesome. Ash says, hi, and 3 things I would like to see in the Nintendo Direct are Splatoon Raiders release date. Yeah. Teaser for the next Smash game. I like that. Switch 2 edition of Smash Ultimate. Okay, one of those two. And a remake of Ocarina of Time. That would be good. I'd be so down with that. Something Smash would be solid. Splatoon Raiders, I agree. Ocarina of Time remake, that's like one of my greatest hopes right now. Joycey, okay, Zelda's 40th. Full trailer of the new 3D Zelda game. Full movie trailer. Surprise new 2D game, shadow dropping. Return of Symphony of the Goddess Orchestras. Okay. Twilight Princess 2. Mo Twilight and you and me. Ah! So now I know why you said I could make a wild one that will never happen. Hey, that's cool though. I asked for it. You delivered. Thank you. Jeez. That's cool. That's cool. That'd be pretty sweet. Tabby Cat Game says, hi, chat. At doctor appointment, just checking in. Well, welcome. I hope the doctor appointment is going well. JM Powers 83. Hey, Paul and everyone else. I don't think I'm going to get the Animal Crossing update. I'd rather wait for the next one. I get bored with Animal Crossing really easily after a while. Well, if you don't buy the upgrade, but just dabble in the free stuff, maybe you'll get a couple hours of joy out of it. Or maybe not. Or just skip it. Whatever. Okay, cool. Welcome, anyways. Crazy Scots, what's up? AJ Rax, The Legend of Zelda, Era of the Villains. A boss rush game with every boss and villain from every game. That's a cool idea, too. That would be pretty cool. Playing as each fully powered up Link from each game, or how far Link was powered up at each respective boss fight, or one composite Link that has access to like everything, or one game-breaking Link that's kind of like that is, you know, a Breath of the Wild Link taking on an Ocarina boss, or an Ocarina Link taking on a Tears of the Kingdom boss, or something like. A lot of cool, weird possibilities that you could throw in there. That'd be fun. I defer to other people for my Zelda input, as I've only played 3 and completed 1. Completed Breath of the Wild, had Oracle of Ages and Tears of the Kingdom. Cool. Ash says, would you rather see a new Smash or Ultimate Switch 2 edition? I eventually definitely want to see a new Smash Brothers game. But I think first, because I want it to take a while to come out. I want it to be ambitious, amazing, no holds barred. They put exactly what they wanted to put into it, and it is just awesome. And in order for that to happen, I think I want it to take longer to come out. So I would first like to see a Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Nintendo Switch 2 edition, you know, slap it in 4K, keep it at that 60 frames per second, update the online play to roll back netcode. Maybe you could include some of the DLC, or maybe not, because licensing agreements might still make people have to pay for the right to play as Banjo-Kazooie and split the money, etc. Increase some shadows, lighting, visual fidelity in the polygons, and improve the polygon models a bit. And yeah, call it a day. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Nintendo Switch 2 edition. But with a little bit of a tease of the next Super Smash Bros. Game is currently in development. More info coming the next Nintendo Direct, or something like that. Yeah, that'd be cool. Big Time Timmy Jim says a Zelda Trilogy of Time that will consist of remakes of Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, and Twilight Princess. You're all giving such cool ideas. I really have to make this Zelda video now, I think, and have it be a place to share the ideas so that I could read it off in the next live stream. That'd be cool. You have to buy the Animal Crossing update, or did you mean the Switch 2 edition? By default, JM Powers, everyone that has Animal Crossing gets the free Lego, Zelda, Splatoon updates. Only for the Switch 2 edition do you have to pay like $5 or something like that to upgrade it to increased visuals and all that stuff. AJ Rack says, every boss you beat gives you power, so the farther you go, the stronger you get. That's cool. Joycey, wildest Zelda theory that probably won't happen. Link talks and says the most badass line in gaming history. That'd be cool. Graceful Requiem, maybe we'll see a Zelda Triforce Heroes 2. Never say never with Nintendo or gaming in general. So he says, excuse me, princess. Right, Joycey? LOL, no, not that line. This is some good talk. This is good talk. I knew the Madden thing wasn't going to last for long. I wasn't expecting it. Animal Crossing, we got a little bit of talk out that, but yeah, it's more or less gone to Zelda. Let's see how the poll's doing. 50% no, but 50% yes. Okay, it was an even split. Not bad. I'm going to close that poll. We're good for now. Cool, cool. January 14th. We're about 3 weeks away from the Nintendo financial report. Oh, that's going to make for a good talk. That's going to be a cool day. It'll show the doubters who thought Nintendo Switch 2 is not even going to hit Wii U numbers. Da 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 da. No, it already passed Wii U. No, it's already got a 10 million plus selling title, maybe 15 if Mario Kart managed to pull it off. I don't know that information. Nintendo Switch is on the verge of 160, 155.3 or something like that. Nintendo Switch 2 over 15. I don't know how high. My thought was 16 to 17.5. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe it only did 15.8. That would be kind of under. Maybe it did 18. I don't think so, but that would be dope. Paul, has there ever been a Mario Madden game? No. No Mario American football-like game. There was NBA Hoops, which had Mario, Luigi, and Princess Peach interacting with real human NBA players in like a 3 versus 3 basketball title. But not Mario in NFL or Mario in Madden. No. I want to see another 2D Zelda where you play as Zelda. I still haven't beat Echoes of Wisdom yet. Yeah, I liked Echoes of Wisdom. I thought it was really good. Really, really good game. It was different enough, fun enough. Zelda was fun. I liked it a lot. Caps Paranormal. Paul, hi there. Did you try the Re-Animal demo? And how's your day? No, I haven't. And pretty good so far. Thank you. Re-Animal demo. I should try that. I should download Re-Animal and this Madden one. How was your day so far? I did some yard trimming earlier. Worked out too. Pretty cool. Mario football could work. It could work, Joycey, but for Nintendo to put in the investment in a Mario American football game, I don't think it would sell that well because you're not going to have that much interest in Japan or in Europe or in Australia unless if they change it up significantly, which you think that they would, right? But only really United States has a big presence with NFL. They're trying to reach out more in UK and Europe, but that's soccer territory. Rugby performs better, and there's Aussie rules rugby, there's sevens, that fares better. But to make a worldwide game, you got to have potential worldwide appeal. And you could say, well, they make first-person perspective Metroid games. That doesn't do that well in Japan. But Metroid's a different thing. It's a 40-year established franchise with deep roots. They're going to continue it forever. Football, that'd be a new territory. I think it could work, though. I think they could still make it work, have different modes, but that the risk is like you're alienating certain countries and their excitement in the first place. So would they risk making it? I don't know. Hi, Paul. Been busy. West Coast having a crazy winter. I mean, we got rain, cold, windy, and kind of hot, all back to back. Mario Rugby, yeah. Caps Paranormal. By the way, I've got to roll in a minute. It is a little bit of a shorter stream if you didn't hear that 40 minutes ago. But hey, it's been a fun conversation. Really got me thinking on Zelda, particularly. Caps Paranormal. I'm certainly excited to download the Madden demo. I've almost bought the game several times. Animal Crossing is tomorrow. Yes, a Zelda sailing game, says Requiem, Graceful Requiem, where you race others. Dang. A Zelda sailing game. Gosh, Zelda in water is cool. We've had it in several games, but really only the Wind Waker that dived in more deeply. But that would be pretty cool. Man, I want Wave Race back. Dang. It never rains in Southern California, they tell me. I can't think of how to sing that. There were racing minigames in Wind Waker, really fun. Yeah. Zelda games are some of the best when it comes to gameplay variety, I think. Where you've got the main core experience, but then they've always thrown in more cool stuff, you know? All right, everyone. I said it was a little bit of a shorter stream. Tomorrow morning we'll be back. We'll have our big Famitsu sales discussion. And then dropping maybe even sometime today, I think will be my Zelda video. Today or tomorrow, sometime soon, I'm going to make this Zelda video. And like with you as the community to put in your ideas, we'll make a following live stream that goes over it and have fun. I want SSX back, yes. Can you imagine how crazy a Wave Race would look on Nintendo Switch 2? Oh, absolutely, yes. Woo. Carlton-san saying bye. Before I go, also, Ash, thank you for the $1. Free Metroid Hat, thank you for the $5. And thank you all for being here. We'll be back tomorrow for more fun. I appreciate your time. And yeah, this Zelda video of mine with the Zelda live stream to follow will be dropping very soon. We're going to make it happen.